What's good? What's good? Welcome back to Invest and Trade with Jax, and good morning from Canada. Hope everybody's doing well. We're getting over our friend Ethereum, seeing a nice push, currently sitting at 1931, up 4.5 on the day, seeing a market cap of 233 billion, 24-hour volume 25.98 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to crypto.com, you can sign up to the world's fastest growing crypto app, grab one of the incredible Visa cards, cashback in crypto, free Spotify, Netflix, Prime, travel incentives depending on the level of card that you have, $25 just for signing up through my referral. Let's hop into the charts. So in yesterday's video, we were talking about a potential running ABC flat correction, and that this was the completion of the wave 2, and now we're putting in a wave 3. That's a possible scenario, but there are a couple more scenarios that I'm looking at here, and potentially the bearish scenario, which is still bullish, is that we're seeing an overshooting wave B, and then we see a wave C to put in that larger wave 2. And the really bullish scenario here is that this is not an ABC correction, but this was our wave 2 pullback, and now we're putting in our wave 3. So we'll use our impulsive wave tool here, and this would be your wave 1. I'll change the color. This is your wave 2 pullback. Right now we're putting in a wave 3, wave 4, wave 5 of the wave 3. So we'll change the color quickly. Hope everybody's doing well, and hope you're working towards all your goals and aspirations. And in this case, we'd still be looking at a wave 5 of an extended wave 1, and the wave 1 wouldn't be complete yet. That's the really bullish scenario here. So if we wanted a measurement of the wave 3, within the wave 3, you would take your trend-based wave extension from the bottom of your wave 1 up to the top of your wave 1, down to the bottom of your wave 2, and you would target the 1.618 for the wave 3, which is currently coming in at about 2035 for Ethereum. So bring this down. You see your wave 4 and your final wave 5 to complete the wave 3. That's the really bullish scenario. Just be really cautious here, because we could be seeing the completion of the wave 1, and right now we're putting in an ABC. We've come down in wave A, and this is your wave B, and then we come down in a final wave C. But we would have to get rejected pretty soon for that to play out. If we push all the way up to about 2146, then it would invalidate an ABC correction, and we'd be looking at an extended wave 1 for Ethereum. So if we look at our next chart, this is on the 4-hour. So we were watching this bull flag pattern. As you can see, we back tested it and we started to break out. So your technical target's all the way up at about 2041. We've come up to that level of resistance we talked about in yesterday's video at about 1940, 1950, but we have broken through this major level of resistance signified by this yellow box here. You can see where these wicks came down to, support in this area. So we broke that. So that's a really bullish sign for ETH. Now I do think some pullback is likely here, where we come back and either we see a wave 2 or we just see a little bit of pullback, and we see consolidation right here, and we put in a beautiful inverse head and shoulders for Ethereum. But we've been watching a 5-wave move to the upside. So even if we see that extended wave 5 to complete a wave 1, let's say our wave 1 finishes up at about, around 2600, you still be looking for a large wave 2 pullback. So if we pop over to this chart here, we come up to about 2600. Where is that? Holy shit. That's really high up. Let me see that once again. Yeah, 26. Whoa, 26 is way up here at this major level of resistance. So that would be an absolutely insane pump for Ethereum. But in my opinion, usually when you are putting in a bottom, I'm not saying that the bottom is in, but if it were to be in, you're going to put in a large reversal pattern. So there's a really good opportunity for Ethereum to put in an inverse head and shoulders here. So if our wave 1 is complete, where we've come up in a 5-wave structure, we've had wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, and then we put in that wave 2 correction. That would give us the opportunity to put in a beautiful inverse head and shoulders for ETH. Now, the fact that we're continuing to push up here, we're pushing up above the 0.5. So we're beginning to invalidate a wave 4 pullback. However, you can have an overshooting wave 4 and still come down and break underneath the 0.5. Definitely a possibility. But if we do push all the way up to the golden ratio, that gives us even higher likelihood that this wave 4 pullback would be invalidated unless it's an overshooting wave 4. But you don't see that very often here. So we're starting to break that level of resistance at 1804, the 0.5. Now, I did say to watch this level here. See the support in this area currently coming in. Let me open this up. At about 1953, that's basically right where we pushed up to, just a little bit shy, a few dollars shy, 1943. So that's a major level as well that we could possibly see a rejection and see a wave 2 pullback. If Ethereum breaks that, pushes all the way up to the golden ratio, that's a pretty bullish signal, because if we get back above the golden ratio, you know what happens. You get back above the golden ratio, you hold it as support, higher likelihood you're going to come back up to where you started. However, we are still looking for that wave 2 pullback. So if we do see that extended wave 1, that could take you all the way up to about 2600, pretty close to the 0.786, and then we see a wave 2 pullback and see continuation. That would just be absolutely insane for Ethereum. Personally, I don't think the bottom is in, but if we do break above the golden ratio, that invalidates a wave 4 pullback, and we have to focus on the more bullish scenario that we have completed a 5-wave structure to the downside, as shown here, where we've come down in a large ABC correction, and we've come down 1, 2. This is your wave 3, wave 4 pullback, final wave 5, and that the bottom is in. If we come all the way up here to the golden ratio, especially if we break above it, hold it as support, break this cluster of resistance, that could be a very strong signal that the bottom could be in for ETH. It's not my expectation. I still think there's one more wave down, but we are starting to see signs. But if we do continue to push up here, it does invalidate that wave 4. I'm getting a little bit redundant here. So in the short term for Ethereum, we could definitely see some pullback from this level, as we have come up to a major level of resistance, in my opinion, previous level of support at about 1945. We're seeing a little bit of a wick rejection, but this is the daily candle. Let's pop over to the 4-hour, the 1 hour. Yeah, we also have a bearish divergence. See how we're creating higher highs, or we're creating lower highs, and money is flowing out. So that is something to keep in mind. Unless some volume steps in to invalidate that bearish divergence, we could definitely see some pullback. If we do continue to push up, your next major level of resistance is about 2140 for ETH. Now, if we do pull back here, especially if we come down and we lose this low at about 1665, that's when there's a much higher likelihood that we're seeing an overshooting wave B, and we're going to put in a large ABC correction and come down for a wave 2. But right now we have to focus on the bullish scenario. We did break these highs, so your wave 3 target within the wave 3 is about 2137 for ETH. All right, guys, that's basically it for this little update. If you want my exact entries, exits, and take profits, I'll throw my trades up on the screen. I've taken a lot of profits on these trades here for Ethereum, Matic, and Gala, my long trades. But as you can see, they're currently making some juicy profits. So if you want my exact entries, exits, and take profits for my leverage trades, as well as my spot trades, recently locked in some juicy gains on DOT, as well as locked in gains on Link. It's only $10 a month. You also have access to over 2,000 members posting chart patterns, talking all things crypto, and you can sign up through the Patreon link. And if you want to trade with me, sign up to Bybit. That's where I do all my trading. $4,500 in bonuses over there. You can watch my full-length tutorial. You can follow me on IG. Smash that like button, and I'll see you in the next video a little bit out of breath. Much love, guys. Take care.